"Mom, you really shouldn't let strangers in during an evacuation." The officer's warning rang in her ears long after he'd driven away, tires splashing through the rising floodwaters. But Layla had already made her decision. She turned back toward her porch, where a man, drenched, shivering, and silent, stood barefoot, clutching a small duffel bag like it held his entire world. Her neighbors peeked through curtains, gossip already forming in their eyes. But Layla didn't care. She had always trusted her instincts, and something about this man felt different. Not dangerous, just burdened. "Come in before the rain swallows you," she said softly. He stepped in, eyes lowered, dripping puddles onto her hardwood floor. Layla closed the door behind him and locked it, the wind howling just outside. She handed him a towel, and for the first time, he looked up. That's when she noticed the scar, faint but deep, running from just below his right eye to his jawline. A soldier's scar, or a fugitive's. "Name's Jace," he said quietly. "Thank you." She nodded, watching him carefully. Layla wasn't naive. She'd survived worse than floods, heartbreak, betrayal, being underestimated all her life. People saw her curves, her beauty, her soft smile, and thought she was weak. She wasn't. Still, something about Jace made her chest tighten. Not fear, curiosity. The rain hammered the windows as night fell. Layla lit candles, the power already out. Jace sat on the edge of her couch, towel draped over his shoulders, saying little. He watched the flame flicker like it held secrets he couldn't share. "Passing through?" she asked gently. He hesitated. "Looking for someone. Lost contact." Then the flood hit. That's all he said. She made him soup. He fixed her broken back door lock without being asked. They moved around each other like shadows, quiet, deliberate, watching. On the second night, he had a nightmare. She woke to him gasping in the living room, gripping the arms of the couch like it was sinking. She rushed to his side. "It's okay," she whispered. "You're safe." His breathing slowed, but his eyes were far away, stuck in a place no comfort could reach. "I've done things," he said, "things I can't come back from." Layla sat beside him, her presence warm, grounding. "Then don't come back. Start somewhere new." He looked at her, truly looked, and for the first time, something in his armor cracked. That night, they didn't speak again. But they didn't need to. By the third day, the waters began to retreat. Emergency crews moved in. Roads opened. The storm had passed, but something inside Layla hadn't. She found herself glancing at Jace when he wasn't looking. The way he carefully folded the blankets. How he stood still when she spoke, like her words mattered. She'd spent years dating boys who couldn't handle her strength. And here was a man who listened in silence. But just as quickly as he arrived, he began to pull away. "I should go," he said one morning, slinging his duffel over his shoulder. "You don't have to." "I do." He reached for the doorknob. That's when the knock came. Two men in dark jackets, clean-cut, serious. They flashed badges she barely saw. "We're looking for someone," one said. "Name's Jason Cade, military assets. Went missing 6 months ago." Layla blinked. Jason Cade, Jace. He's wanted for questioning, sensitive operations. He may be injured, mentally unstable. Her heart pounded. The door was still cracked open. Jason, stood behind it, frozen. The agents didn't see him. Yet. "No one here but me," she lied, forcing a smile. "Try the next house." They nodded and left. She shut the door, turned around slowly. He looked like he was about to run. "You're not dangerous," she said, "but you're running from something that is." He said nothing, just stared. "Stay," she whispered, "at least until you're ready to stop running." His jaw clenched, his eyes glistened. That night they didn't touch, didn't kiss. They just sat on the floor beside each other, sharing a silence heavier than any flood. When he finally left days later, he pressed something into her hand, a dog tag, worn and bent. "If I make it through this," he said, "I'll come back for that." Then he disappeared. Months passed, the floodwaters dried, life returned to normal, almost. And then, one bright morning, there he was, on her porch, hair trimmed, clean, upright, in uniform, and smiling. "I told you I'd come back," he said. Layla didn't speak. She just stepped into his arms. Because sometimes the flood doesn't destroy your life. It washes in the person meant to change it. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.